welcome back to another episode of eCommerce Talk with WebBee, the podcast where we dive into the real life stories of e-commerce chaos. And as you heard, I said e-commerce, so you also heard about selling on Temu. Sounds exciting, but it comes with many questions like how to sell on Temu, how you can gain your sales on Temu. So don't worry, because today I have got an amazing expert who will crack some amazing solutions about Temu. So now I'm introducing Mahendra, who will crack some amazing solution for Temu sales.
Thank you so much, Shrasti, for welcoming me here. I'm really excited to share my research that I have done on Temu. There are many questions that as sellers, people ask me. So I think it's going to be a great platform where I can resolve as many queries as possible. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So can I start with some questions?
Yeah, of course, I'm all set.
Good. So basically, this question is not from my side only. This question is from our audience as well. What they are actually facing. So just start with my first question. Why is everyone talking about Temu? Is it just another e-commerce site, or is there something special?
Especially I would say that it's not something that is coming out of the blue, or it's just going to give you a big breakthrough in your selling journey. But I certainly would say that it is different. Because of course we are having a conversation about it itself is the self-explanatory thing that it is a thing that every seller wants to know, every buyer wants to know about. So talking about like how is it different from the other e-commerce platforms, I would start with a fact that would actually blow up your mind. And that would set the conversation in in the meantime. According to statistics, 18 minutes are being spent by a consumer on Temu. And if you put it in perspective with the other e-commerce platforms, they are generally about like 10 or 11 minutes only. So it's like way ahead. So that is exactly what is giving the edge, and that is why the hype is all about. That what is Temu? Like everyone is coming around, everyone is sharing their opinions and everything. So yeah, that's the one major thing. Second major thing on the perspective of the buyer side is that you are going to get...
actually must.
Exactly. People are getting so many cheap alternatives that they have never thought of. Similar product, if you would buy from other e-commerce platform, there would be a rise of about even to 30 to 40% rise.
Right.
Alright. So I think in the buyer's side also it is gaining popularity because of its cheap products, affordable products, which are not available on the other e-commerce platforms. So yeah, a lot of these two things are actually the reason why there is a hype about Temu.
Perfect. So now I'm literally interested with this topic as a Mahendra said to me and you as well. So people just imagine these all the things in their dream. So they can also do that now in terms with Temu. So you can also grow your sales with these all terms that Mahendra already tell, right? So that's it. Now I'm going to the second question for you, Mahendra. If everything is cheap, so how do sellers make money? Because this can't be possible if all the things are selling on the cheap terms. So how it will profitable for all the sellers?
Oh, well, certainly, I think this is the first question that I receive, from the sellers. Like, if it is all about cheap products, if it is all about affordable products, how we are going to make money out of that?
Right.
Because to be honest, of course, every seller who wants to start their selling journey, they want to make profit, right? If there is no profit, there is no point of selling things. Of course, customer satisfaction and everything are very important, but then at the end of the day, if you're not making money out of it, it's all just waste, right? So talking about this particular aspect, I would like to give an example. So let's say what happens on the other e-commerce platforms. Let's say there is a scene A and there is a scene B. So in scene 1, what will happen that you are going to a big platform, e-commerce platform, okay? And there you get a product of, let's say, $20, okay? Now, the catch on the big platforms is that you have to pay a lot of hidden charges.
Right.
Like there are VAT, there are, if you are doing shipment to the other country, then there are, some foreign exchanges. There are lots of things.
So Temu is literally transparency.
Exactly. Firstly, of course, they're very transparent, but at the same time, they do not have any hidden costs. Okay. So at the end of the day, when you are on the big platform and you make a sale of, let's say, $20 product, you end up getting only $10 to $20 only, because there are so many hidden costs. There are hidden taxes, there are hidden charges. On the other hand, if you say scene B, where the product will be shown to you, let's say $15 or $16, that can give a heart attack to the sellers, that there is a drop of $4 to $5 altogether. However, the hidden costs on Temu are very, very less actually. So you don't have to pay other charges that you pay on the big platforms. So that cuts down the cost, and that actually enhances your margin on the thing. So let's say even if the product is listed at $15 or $16, you end up taking home somewhere around $13 or $14, which is still more than what you were already selling on the big platform.
And
so I think
this makes the difference actually from other e-commerce platforms.
Right, exactly. So that is what people need to understand, and especially the sellers need to understand, that why is it different and why is it making a hype. This is the exact reason why is it making a hype.
It's amazing. It's literally interesting, Mahendra. So I have just an example of question. Let's say I want to start selling. So what kind of products are well on Temu?
Well, like every other e-commerce platform, you have a wide range of products available on Temu as well.
Right.
So let's begin with the fashion products, of course. They are like
favorite one.
Yeah, right. So it's like it's not just about the fashions, like which is related to clothing or apparels. You also have footwear. You also have jewelry. You also have like your hair care products. Like self care is also one of the performing things. Very much booming. So you can also have a lot of things related to that stuff as well. Talking about other products, I would say these days I think people have a lot of outdoor activities as well. People go on hiking and mountaineering. People love that, right?
Right.
So for that also, if you require some tents or others, all those outdoor activities, those products are also available. And talking about the home decor products, I think they are also at a boom,
right,
because people love to make their homes decorative and beautiful. So we have products for that as well on Temu, right? So you can go on with that as well. So a wide range of products are available. You can get, of course, the USP of Temu is you can get them at cheaper prices. So that's a thing.
Okay. It will make the really fantastic difference. So as you said, Mahendra, with that, you can also purchase anything on that. So if you have any relatable story with that, have you ever seen kind of, I think on TikTok, on many of social media platform, if I'm selling something, if I'm selling a clothing brand, so I'm just enhancing my product with a story. So can you also do that?
Not specifically Temu, but you have so many other alternatives to make your product highlight. Okay, there are many categories into it. So let's talk about, first of all, is the Google Ads. You can leverage Google Ads, of course.
Right.
You can have creatives out there, and then you can of course pay Google for that. Then there are also Temu ads specific to it, which will be shown on the website.
It's an inbuilt thing.
Yeah, right. On the website itself, it will be showing. There are basically two sort of Temu ads you can see.
Okay.
The first one is related to the branding, and the second one is related to the product.
Okay.
So if I have to elaborate both of them, because they're very crucial, because as a beginner in the selling journey, you need to have that understanding that which one is going to give you what specifications are there, and which one is going to give you more ROI, right? So I'll be specific. I'll be specific with these two things, right? So the first thing is about the usage. So let's say if you are a new seller, right, and you want to create, your goal is ultimately to build brand awareness.
Right.
Then there are the type of ads you should consider as the brand awareness ads. In that, what will happen? You will have one banner sort of placed on the Temu itself, and all your products, your regular products. Let's say if you are you're an apparel brand, okay, and you have different clothing for kids, for women, for girls, for men, for other categories also.
Different categories.
Right. So you can have all those products to be shown there, but then it will create more of the brand awareness, not the product awareness. Okay. The ROI of this brand awareness is little lower in comparison to the product ones.
Okay.
Right. So the second one that you can actually leverage is the product one. So what happens in that, there will be particular space for you, and only then one particular product will be shown on that ad. So that will give you an average that will be completely a hit for that, among the masses, because you are playing on just one product, and which you think that this can sell a lot, and this has a potential, among the buyers. So you can go with that, and the ROI in fact of the product ads is actually much more higher than in comparison to the brand awareness one.
Right, it's nice. So like it's also depend on your playbook, how you can play with that strategy.
Right. In fact, now since we're living in a digital world, so now you can even talk about like the social media. Like social media is a really good platform. And
Right.
if you don't want to, like as a beginner, if you don't want to invest into ads or something of that sort, you can leverage social media because
Right.
it's
You
all
can
about
also earn organically
exactly
with your tricks.
right. So by the time you are gaining some sort of amount of money for marketing and all, by the meantime you can actually utilize these social media platforms actually. So you have Instagram, you have TikTok, they are like booming a lot.
Right.
So you can have influencer marketing. Even if you do not have that, you can start on your own. You can have a graphics, all sort of things. You can provide the usage of your products and everything. So it's all up to you that how you're going to make use of that.
Yeah, and literally I also want to add the thing. It's not just a purchasing or selling thing. It's also a platform. These all social media platforms are like for sellers and customers also, where your products are showcasing in the amazing story. So like I also want to add the thing in that social media platforms are like also where you are not just selling a product. These are the place where your customer can also feel virtual your product, where you can just like if you're selling something, so these are the stores, suppose that, so like customer will come to your store, but these are the place where your product is virtually going to your customer.
Exactly.
With your strategies, with your description, with your title. So it's also depend on you how you are creating your product in the amazing story.
Right, of course, storytelling is one of the most creative thing, and I think it's very new in the marketing.
Right.
It has always been there, but now since we have a particular name for that, storytelling, it always works.
They can relate actually with them.
Right, and also social media gives you, no other platform gives you the sort of opportunity where you can directly engage with your customers, right?
So like literally with all the terms as you said to our audience, it's literally impressive. And now I'm literally convinced also. But with that, how do I even start selling on Temu? So what will be the deal for me and or for any seller?
I think it's pretty simple actually, because when it's just like about going to the website, registering yourself, and then you receive a confirmation email. So similar is the case with Temu as well. You just go to their website, you put down your name, you put down your business, what you're doing. There are some KYC documentations as well, so you have to upload your documents as well, because it's worldwide, and so there are certain formalities that you have to do. And I think after 7 to 15 business days, they will give you confirmation email so that you can start as a seller.
Correct.
But this is just one part of the story. There are lots of other things that you have to do after you get registered. And the very first thing you need to do is find a reliable supplier, because we are here to make profits. And how we are going to make the profit should be our vision, right?
And these things are very critical for seller when they are doing delivery.
Exactly. So, what happens? Let's say the Temu platform actually gives you an opportunity where you can have this one manufacturer, and here is your buyer or your consumer, and here you are in between of both of them, right? So you are actually a harbinger in between both of the the manufacturer and the
also.
Right. So what you need to do is you have to have a very reliable supplier, because your product, the deliverability of the product and your business will actually depend heavily upon the manufacturer. Right? So you have to be very sure of what kind of supplier you are going to have, because if they will not deliver product on the same time as expected by the buyer, then obviously that will create a very bad impression of your product.
And you will be in the loss.
Right, because generally, of course, it's not just about the need of the product, but it's also about the availability of the product that matters.
So do the research as well first.
Yeah, so that is also a thing that you need to do. Apart from that, now since you have registered yourself, you have also find a reliable supplier. The third and the most important thing you need to do is to optimize your product listing. Right, because as I mentioned, that your website is actually the first place where your consumer interacts with your product. Right, you are not there to tell that what is the usage of this product, what are the benefits of this product, what is the quality of this product. It is what a consumer sees on the screen, right? And you have to be very, very intelligent enough to make sure that when you are writing the title, when you are writing the descriptions, it has to have certain keywords. I would like to emphasize this a little bit more because let's say in the Indian subcontinent, we say tea mostly or chai, but in US it is mostly chai tea or something, right? So it's just like the playing with the keywords. So you have to understand the local market as well to play with the keywords, like what is the search intent of a particular product. That keywords must be inserted in your title, in your descriptions. You have to be very creative when you're writing the descriptions. You must be aware of the
just not trying to be creating or completed your task. Just be creative in your terms or what you are showcasing to your audience.
Most important.
And it doesn't sound like you are not just inspiring something. You just be creative with your product. Your product will be inspiring to a customer.
Right, exactly. You have to play with words. You have to play with the marketing. Also, I want to like I was mentioning about the product listing. I want to add one more thing. I just got into my mind right now. What is the effect of optimizing the product listing that I want to showcase? So I was going through. I was actually looking. I'm really passionate about photography and videography, right? So I was like planning my vacation to some mountains and beaches. But I was in need of a camera, so I just was just scrolling down all those products out there, and the descriptions were so mundane. Like everyone was giving some sort of specifications only, right? Like this is the amount of this is the lenses you can have, this is the aperture you can have.
Sounds only like a branding or usually.
Yeah, right. Total specifications, nothing new. Of course, you have to have the features, right? Based on the features only, you buy a product, right? Which specifications would work for you.
But didn't directly to connect in your mind.
Right. So it's just like I was particularly at that point of time, I was seeing it as a product only. But then there was this another one. I would of course not mention the name of the product, but then I hovered over it and I just saw that it just gave a tagline: "Don't just capture images, capture the moments." And I was really longing for a vacation and really longing for some moments out there that I can have, on a personal basis with my, friends and my, other people, close people. So that gave me a hit. So that is the amount of efforts you need to put out when you're doing the product listing. It's not just about, of course, you need to have those technical things in your product, in the descriptions, right? But then at the same time, make sure you're using the keywords. You're also optimizing as much as you can, because that's the first place where the buyer interacts with your product. Right? So that has to be made into the account that yes, this is what we sell. We don't just sell the product. We sell emotions. We sell the connectivity. We sell these sort of things.
So dedicatedly, they prove that in front of you and as in many of customers. This product is literally made for you. So now I'm literally convinced with that also, Mahendra. It's literally helpful. All the insights from you are really helpful to all the sellers. And with that, now I'm just going to close this session for today. So in the last, if I am a new seller, so is Temu worth it or should I stick to other bigger platforms? Little complicated, but...
Okay, let me make it simple for you. I want to ask you a question. Do you love to have options?
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time, right? Yeah. Everyone loves to have options, right? And I think that's the most strategic plan that any seller should have. As I mentioned in the beginning also, that Temu is not that magic wand that you will have it and you will spell it and the magic will be done.
But your strategies are the magic.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Your strategies is what matters the most, right? So, and having an option is also one of the strategy, right? There is a very old saying that don't put all your eggs into one basket. That exactly proves here, right? Temu is a good platform. It is a really growing platform, and as a seller, if you want to start your selling journey, Temu is that platform that you should definitely try.
Right.
But in a longer run, you should definitely look out for other options as well, because of course, the more channels, the more visibility, the more buyers, The more sellings, the more profit. That's what your goal is, right? So you have to be very strategic. Don't stick to just one platform, not just Temu or any other place. That's why I'm also saying that if you are already using other platforms, this is a chance where you can shift to even Temu. Right? So it's not just one way, it's actually both ways. So if you are from Temu, go with the other options as well. If you're on other options, go with the Temu as well. Don't stick to just one.
So, in the end of Mahendra, if you have anything to say, just go ahead with that.
Well, of course, I begin my this Q&A session with a statistic, and I would also like to add within a statistic so that you have a very solid background for Temu. You do not have any question in your mind that whether I should be there or not. Okay, so there is a recent fact that there are 292 million active users monthly on Temu, which is like a huge, it's growing at a very rapid rate that you just cannot imagine. So that is what I want to tell, that it's everything is there in front of you.
Because in fact, everyone believes on numbers actually.
Right, because at the end of the day, numbers matter. Though they cannot give you the complete story, but then of course you have to rely on numbers at one point of time. So this is a good thing to begin with. I also want to tell that Temu is very much different in its strategies. They are just innovating a lot, which we have not seen in the past decades actually. Since there has been e-commerce bloom, we have seen since the last, I think, after the 2000s, we have seen a lot of boom in the e-commerce sector, but we have not seen that sort of innovations. I would like to mention here that the big platforms are actually dealing with the technical parts. So let's say if they are not performing well, they would go with the UI or UX. They would improve their UI, they would improve their UX, the user experiences and all. But what Temu is doing is very much different. If you have heard about, I think you were also asking about the Temu games.
Right. Like I want to add, when I go to the dashboard and just when you are not here, I have done some research about that. So I just got the name of games. You are also, as you said in the beginning, like someone is, many of people are investing 18 minutes on that.
Right.
So how it is possible? It's literally shocking.
Yeah, that was shocking to me as well, because when I was doing my research, I was thinking that the average time would be, let's say, maybe 2 or 3 minutes more. But even I was shocked to see that it's just, I would not name the other e-commerce platforms, but on an average it was just 10 or 11 minutes. But however on Temu it's 18 minutes, which is 7 minutes more.
Something interesting.
Right. And that interesting thing is Temu games.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something which is called social shopping actually. So you come there, you interact. They have the Temu games. So let's say if I am a buyer, I don't want to buy a product, but if I am interested in their games, I would go onto the platform. I'll play the games. I can get the free stuffs also out there. What will eventually happen, that they play with the psychology, right? If you are there in the, let's say, even if you don't want to drink a coffee and you go to a barista, you definitely would want to have a coffee, right? And it's not just about Temu games, as I was mentioning. There are the low competition, because it's a growing platform. Not many people know about it, though it's now creating a hype and people are just using it because of the lesser prices and all, right? So it also gives you a lesser competition. So it gives you an edge, So if it is like if you start first, you'll get an edge. Correct. So the low competition is there. There are cheap prices. You take away home more amount of money, in place of the other big platforms, and whatnot. I mean, it's just if I go on, telling you about the good things about Temu, the list will go on.
Yeah, and in fact, we are not telling all the things in only a single frame. If you will go to the dashboard, then you will also explore many of things in that.
Right, of course. Because this has been mine.
We are just here to giving you our instructions. We are just here to giving helpful insights. What will be the matter with this platform? How you can earn with that.
Right, and I think even the sellers should go on the platform, do their own research and come out with new things what they are not able to understand. So if they have any questions, because I have done my research, and if there will be other questions also, then I think we can tackle this in some other videos.
Definitely, it's a must thing from me and he also, like from WebBee. Yeah, but in the end, not done. We are also here to help you with your all the e-commerce chaos. So if you have any questions, if you have any of concern about e-commerce theory, then you can spill it in the comment section. We will come with amazing solution for you. So just give your review in the comment section as well. Mahendra, go ahead with your in the ending of quote for audience.
I would just say Temu is a great platform, and you really must try it. And just go. Don't go with my words. Do your own research. Go with the statistics. Go with the numbers. Go research about it on your own. And I think you will definitely find Temu to be a very good platform to begin with. And I think it's a good platform to begin your selling journey. So just don't fear. Just start doing it. And if you have any queries, of course, Shrasti is here, and I'll do my research also, and we'll tell you all the questions if you have any in our upcoming videos.
And it's not the last,
Yeah.
but I will also invite Mahendra as well in the upcoming series also. So he will also here to help you with all the e-commerce chaos, and our team, our tech supporters are also there too. So you have just any concern, so just fill it in the comment section. He will come back with another amazing episode of e-commerce talk with WebBee. Until the next episode, keep hustling, keep selling, and keep creating your own money.